Here's a strange truth psychology rarely highlights. Most people who walk alone aren't lonely. They're misaligned with the social ecosystem. Not having friends isn't always a failure. Sometimes it's the result of having a mind that works at a different frequency. Let me paint a picture. This isn't about being shy. It's a specific cognitive resistance, a psychological firewall that activates when the environment, or in this case, the media, does not meet its standards for complexity and truth. The first key to this misalignment is a high need for cognition, HNC. This isn't an IQ test, it's a desire for mental labor. A mind high in HNC craves complexity, intricate plotting, philosophical depth, or analytical documentaries. They seek out content that requires sustained effort. Reality television, by design, is low in analytical demand, relying on immediate emotional triggers. For the cognitive seeker, engaging with arbitrary drama feels like trying to run advanced software on a cracked screen. The brain simply finds no reward in the spectacle, leading to immediate disengagement. The next firewall is erected based on values, specifically the rejection of inauthenticity. The non-watcher recognizes that reality TV is built on a fundamental deception: calculated personas, manipulative editing, and manufactured conflict. This is not snobbery, it's a moral choice. They refuse to treat constructed, exploitative drama as a legitimate form of human connection. The misalignment here stems from a desire for media that respects the viewer's intelligence and integrity, rather than content that demands the suspension of critical disbelief to enjoy simulated crises. This psychological preference dictates what kind of story offers satisfaction. Non-watchers are typically plot-driven. They find meaning in how complex events connect, how obstacles are overcome through earned effort, and how character growth is logically achieved. Reality TV is relationship-driven, focusing purely on the spontaneous conflicts and immediate emotional reactions between people. For the plot-driven mind, this focus on arbitrary interpersonal squabbles feels hollow. They prefer to watch moral complexity unfold in a structured narrative, rather than witnessing unearned, chaotic outbursts. The firewall intensifies when the viewer understands the mechanisms of psychological exploitation. They are aware of social comparison theory. Knowing the content forces viewers to measure their worth against constructed, idealized highlight reels. They recognize that the genre normalizes extreme behaviors for entertainment. For the highly aware, consuming reality television begins to feel like voluntary participation in their own psychological manipulation. Seeing the machinery behind the curtain, the strings, the edits, the manufactured stakes, makes passive viewing impossible, forcing them to opt out for self-preservation. For many, avoidance is a core act of boundary setting to safeguard mental health. They understand their emotional energy is finite. Constant exposure to the aggressive, high-conflict drama of reality television, even secondhand, elevates baseline stress and anxiety. These individuals exhibit high emotional intelligence by being proactive. They manage their mental diet. They choose intellectual stimulation and genuine connection over passive consumption that depletes their reserves. They refuse to internalize drama that has no basis in their real life, prioritizing restorative quiet over chaotic entertainment. The cognitive mind views time as a finite resource, leading to a strong rejection of triviality. The problems presented on reality TV often lack intellectual merit or real-world consequence. They are trivial, self-inflicted, or easily solvable outside of the drama context. The time spent watching this feels like a wasted opportunity for genuine learning or connection. This isn't a judgment of others' choices, but a personal cognitive dismissal of content that fails to advance their understanding of complex human experience or engage them in a way they deem worthwhile. Reality TV's format relies on a constant rush of manufactured intensity, surprise, outrage, and shock, creating emotional flooding. For emotionally sensitive or trauma-aware individuals, this constant barrage is deeply exhausting. They prefer media that allows for measured emotional investment and reflective thought, rather than the quick, intense bursts of drama and outrage. They avoid the psychological labor of constantly being yanked into extreme, unearned emotional states, recognizing that true connection is found in nuance and quiet observation, not in a producer's quick-cut editing style. While some viewers gain a self-esteem boost through downward social comparison, feeling better about their own life by observing the chaos on screen, the non-watcher avoids this pathway entirely. They don't require external validation from televised misfortune. Their internal reward system is fueled by intrinsic growth and intellectual mastery, not by comparing their stability to manufactured failures. This choice reflects a higher level of intrinsic motivation and self-acceptance, meaning they simply don't need the flawed spectacle to confirm their own self-worth. The non-watcher is not disconnected. They've simply chosen to engage with culture intentionally. Their decision to avoid reality TV is a powerful reflection of their preference for complexity, authenticity, and emotional equilibrium. They are the architects of their own mental environment, using their cognitive filter to structure their consumption according to their deepest values. They are not defined by what they skip, but by what they seek. They are the misaligned few who refuse to lower their frequency for the sake of mainstream consumption.